Hey guys, it's Illuminate Sims and welcome back to another Sims 4 news video. So the official gameplay trailer for the Life and Death expansion pack coming out on Halloween has just released. So let's go ahead and watch it, and then afterwards I'm going to replay it and tell you guys my first impressions, thoughts, and opinions. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hundreds of thousands of Sims die on any given day. A common misconception is that I'm the one to blame. No, the truth is that old age, fire, and anger claim more lives than any other forms of death. I'm just the Reaper. Ooh. Mine is a humble profession that got its start with, well, life. I have many grim turns who join me in this dutiful career, helping to carry souls to the other side as they advance to Reapers. And we have a very high percentage rate of hitting our weekly quotas. Those who live a life chased by death certainly improve our odds. You all know who you are. But hey, you have to admit these Sims seize every moment. The number of young adults that don't consider what they ultimately want to accomplish with their life is staggering. Taking ownership of your life's journey can have many benefits after all. Your wants, traits, aspirations, these contribute to a life. Take it from me, they're not enough. A bucket list, however, is a scientifically proven method of ensuring you find fulfillment. You can always scrap the list, start over, or do more. Just start. Better to do today what you could have done tomorrow. You never know when the cold touch of death will find you. Sorry. In fact, I'd seriously consider getting a will drawn up, if I were you. 7 out of 10 souls regret not having one after they've died. Get your affairs in order. It may be your last chance to tell those you leave behind how you truly feel about them. Did you know the earliest grave markers are almost as old as me? I am fascinated with the many ways you living souls memorialize your dead. If I had lips, I'd be smiling. Sorry, I've been told I lack a certain connection with mortality. I have an affinity for those whose defining trait is the macabre. But there are also skeptics among you. I get it, I'll do better. TLDR, point is, you died. Now what? At the time of death, most souls think it's game over. No, no, no. There's a whole state of life waiting beyond the veil. Hey, I get it. It's a lot. I'm a lot. This whole thing, it's a lot. You can choose to move on. But there are also resources to help you cope. And even if you finished your bucket list, you may find you have new desires as a ghost. And new powers to help you complete your unfinished business. You can use your powers for good to make life a little easier for others. Or ride the line of neutrality and keep the status quo. On the other hand, maybe you want to get a little nasty. Oh, no judgments here, literally. I have no morality. Ah, wonderful. Dimitri completed his unfinished business. I respect a soul that finishes what they've started. Now Dimitri's ghostly powers won't get burnt out, and should he choose to be reborn, he'll basically, I don't know, be better than he was the first time around. Yeah, rebirth. It's a real hot-button issue back at the office. Simply put, it is possible to bring pieces of yourself into your next life. Things like childhood skills and reward traits. You can start fresh at any age. Even change your appearance. Come back as your own great-grandchild. Or join your rich neighbor's household. I'm not able to do it myself, so I can't endorse it. but a whole new aspect of life is available to those who return to the living. So don't fear death. Just embrace what's next. Buy by December 12th to get the Macabre Mementos digital content.
Okay, perfect. We are back. I am so excited for this expansion pack, guys. Like, you guys have absolutely no idea. I think that out of all of the expansion packs that have been released, that this one is definitely going to be on the higher skill end and definitely the better of the bunch. I wish that they would fix the game from the Love Struck update, but I think they are working on it. And if not, I have seen videos on how to fix it. I just haven't quite gotten around to it. I love this with the Grim turn, and he keeps failing. So my first thoughts on this were definitely that it's super detailed with everything that they have put into it so far, and it does release on Halloween, so I'm so excited for this to be one of my new Let's Plays. As you guys saw right here, there is a new thing. It's Chased by Death, and then we have the Skeptic and the other one that I couldn't pronounce in my last video. If you want to hear me talk more about these, please go check out my last news video on the first thoughts and impressions on the expansion pack being released in itself. So it looks like we are getting a new woohoo. It's in a coffin, and then we also have a bucket list. I really am enjoying that this bucket list isn't going to be like a fast thing. There is 9 like little checkpoints in this, and it looks like each one has something to do with something else. Like this one looks like skills, and then career, relationships. I don't really know what the rest of them would be. But this one ultimately looks like peace of mind and like to get the peace that you deserve in the afterlife. And then as you can see in the world, we are getting a what are these called? A cemetery. And then as you can see, we are getting a cemetery in this world, and I am loving it. I wish it was a little bit more full, because in this shot you can only see 3 things, 4 if you want to include what they're woohooing in at the moment, but that's okay. I am most excited probably for this whole bucket list soul's journey type of deal. This tree has goo on it and it's gross. And then we have the ghost historian, so I'm guessing there's gonna be a couple new careers within this, which I believe have already been confirmed, but I'm just behind on it. And then back to the whole bucket list thing, I love that there's different things that you can write from. Like you could scrap it, you could write the perfect goal, you could write your goal, and then you could like specify your goal. But I just love how goofy these are. Like, just a nap, I guess. It's gonna really add something a whole lot more to storytelling. This well reminded me of the well that we got in the Romantic Garden pack, so I'm not sure if that is the same well or if we're getting a different well, but it's nice to bring that feature back. And then in this room, it looks like we have so many new features. These windows, as far as I know, are new. I love how grimy, how dirty they are, and like how just run down that they look. This carpet down here, I love it. It has crows and skulls on it, and it's very colorful. And honestly, we needed more circle carpets in The Sims 4 anyway. The rocking chair with the crows, obviously the crow with the crow stand, and then this little like beanbag chair, extra seating area. So with the crow, I believe it's going to be a build and buy item, so you can have the crow as like a pet if you want to risk it, kind of like the cow plant, or maybe you have to find it like the cow plant, because I know you can't buy the cow plant. So either one of those would honestly be pretty cool. So we're just gonna have to see, but I definitely kind of want to risk it and get one of the crows. I think they're so cute. She just died, poor girl. I think one of the new careers is also inheritance lawyers. We had lawyers in the game, but I don't think they added on to it. I think they just started a whole new career for it. If they did add on to it, that's great, but if they started a whole new career for it, that's great also. I'm pretty neutral about that. So then we have ask about funerals, ask about heirlooms, ask about wills, and start will. I really like that when you start a will, it goes right into your Sims inventory. You get to choose the emotion and you can write it out specifically. That is great for storytelling and gameplay purposes, and adds so much more personality to what your Sim would have done in the afterlife or in their real life, and accommodating things that happened with their family as well. So then we were correct about the gravestones and the urns. You can switch them inside and outside. I love that, because before you could only have the urn inside and you could only have the gravestone outside. I'm pretty sure you could still only have the gravestone outside, but now you can have the urn outside also. And it looks like they get like a little shrine and everything, and they added I don't know, I forgot what these are called, but they added these, which which I love them. So there's different things that you can do to like customize it. You can have flowers, candles, everything else, and you can choose what gravestone and everything like that. In that little pop-up though, however, I didn't see the mermaid one that I covered on my last video. If you haven't seen that video, please go check out that video. It is up on my page with the same exact thumbnail in a different color. So I did not see the mermaid one, which makes me believe that either mermaids are getting a refresh here soon, or that Urnstone is specifically only for mermaids. So at least because they put that one only for mermaids, they gave us a small selection of different gravestones that you could choose from. I am kind of disappointed in the selection, but at least they gave us something except for this one. And then with the funerals, they gave us this little flower stand. I love it. I don't know what they're called. And then obviously like a little shrine, and everyone's gathered around, everyone's sad, crying. Well, only one person's crying, everyone else just seems kind of sad. So hopefully the emotion you experience at that Sim's funeral is dependent on the relationship that you have with that Sim. And we are getting Nervous Subject as a new townie, which I'm so excited about. I love when they carry Lord throughout the Sims. We had a new painting up there, as well as the new cow plant painting with all the hands reaching up. So I'm excited about that. I could always use more paintings in the game. And then when your Sim dies, instead of getting this game over pop-up, you get this new pop-up where you have the choice to become a playable ghost, a free roaming ghost, or you could rebirth. I'm not quite sure why that rebirth option wasn't available for that Sim. Oh, that was the new painting that I was talking about. This one. Yes, I love this one. And this one. I'm not sure if that one over here was new, but this one definitely is. So the ghost has a choice to move on to the great beyond when they're ready, or they can pursue ghostly activities. This little ghost meeting is so adorable, just in case like you're not ready to move on, like he's crying that he's not living anymore. And then the soul's journey and the bucket list thing do continue in the afterlife if your Sim has to die. So that is something that was a really nice touch, because I was scared that the whole afterlife and the bucket list thing was only going to be a thing for the living, and now you can see that it is a thing for the ghosts as well. With the whole ghost thing, that is our new occult. A lot of people thought it was going to be zombies, and I'm honestly kind of disappointed that it wasn't zombies. Like, ghosts are great, but I feel like I could have done so much more gameplay wise with zombies and probably would have played with them a lot more. So with this, it kind of just looks like how the vampire tiers are. You have the evil over here, the good, and the somewhere in between is the green. So that's going to be interesting to pursue. The kid just rocking the rocking chair. I love that. Like I said, ghosts are able to continue to do things in the afterworld, and I really loved this. It's much more of a small detail, but they gave the ghost a different name with each of the needs that come with the Sims, like the, you know, sleep, hunger, bathroom, fun, social, and the hygiene. So I thought that was a really nice touch, because with the vampires and the mermaids, the only one that changed was their either when they're thirsty or they need to be hydrated. And then we have this guy over here. I love when he's shaking him upside down and all his coins are falling out. So he completed his soul's journey, and then in this next clip you can see that it almost looks like he went and stole this Sim's soul. So that's a very interesting touch. I want to know what happens to the Sim after you quote unquote steal their soul, and then he is going to rebirth. So maybe he stole the soul and that's the soul that he is going to be rebirthed into. This is a small touch, but you can see the little skeleton fish down here. You can see them barely, but they're there. And I thought that was super cute. So then you get the rebirth option, and you can either do not rebirth right now or do rebirth right now. This is the new world that we're getting, guys. So originally I thought that it was going to be like Realm of Magic, where you had to go through like a portal or something to get into the other world, almost like a world within a world. But as you can see over here, it is much more dark and gloomy and foggy, and then over here is, you know, a little bit more happier. Still not great, but definitely a little bit more happier. We are getting 3 new neighborhoods, so that's cool. And then this world does seem a little bit bigger than worlds we have been getting in the past. I know it's probably not the biggest one, but we do have a couple residential lots here. It looks like we have a bar. This looks like a cemetery. a club and then some more lots, and we have a couple build your own spaces. So I'm sure that and then we have the whole rebirth thing. So it was mentioned in the video that but some of the skills, aspirations, things like that can transfer over when you are reborn, which I love. I think that is great and a great addition to the University expansion pack, because University is built on how far along your Sims skills are, and I feel like I'm always kind of rushed to get my Sims specific skills up to where I want them to be for what I want them to do. So having a Sim already quote unquote born with that specific skill set would be amazing, or just any specific skill set. And then it does look, I was gonna see, since this is an infant and this is the quote unquote reborn, and then you have the elder, the young adult, the adult, all of that, I'm guessing that you don't have to start again as a baby, an infant, a toddler. You can start again as an adult, a young adult, or just pretty much pick up wherever you left off. I am curious to see if your loved Sims or the Sims in your household family are gonna have a specific trait when they feel like a Sim has been reborn, like almost like a do I know you, or a nostalgic trait. I would absolutely love that. At the funerals, everyone was crying. No, everyone was not crying. Only one girl was crying. And I wonder if that has something to do with the relationship that was presented when the Sim passed away. So if that's the case, I would really love that, because again, we know we're getting different mourning periods and different mourning types. So that is a really nice addition. Not everyone, has to be sad, because everyone grieves in a different way. The way he just falls out of the sky, that's what I was laughing at earlier. Like, he just plops down. It's so funny to me. Obviously the infants float down, but yeah, I love that. So I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I really enjoyed Grimm voicing this over. He was actually so funny and had the personality that I thought he was gonna have, and Grimm's looking a little flirty in this clip, so he's gonna go ahead and try Fairy Baby with this girl. But this pack does release on Halloween, so I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna make one more news video at least, and then I am gonna do a new let's play on this pack. I'm trying to decide if I wanted just to do a legacy, a generations, something like that. But I also want to have a chance to play more with the vampire and the ghost occult. Hopefully vampires will get a refresh. Same with the mermaids, because I didn't see the mermaid tombstone or urn in there how we did see it in the last video, and I already covered that. So we're just gonna have to wait to see what happens. But for now, that's all I got for you guys. Bye guys.